Hey everybody, the following episode was recorded well before COVID-19 took over the world. So we are social distancing, and we at Nerds Drink Whiskey want you to be safe. So please, wash your hands, stop touching your face. And if you need to cough, do like Dracula does. Cough into your elbow. So now, on with the show. All right, hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Nerds Drink Whiskey. This is the last episode of the last episode of us doing straight reviews of Redbreast. After this, we are going to be showing an episode where me and Jeff do a blind taste test of Redbreast, where I play the role of Jon Snow, I believe.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
And, Jon Snow's, we bring back Jon Snow's girlfriend to give me a proper tongue lashing. Not in the way I'd like. And let me just start prefacing this by saying, no, please, you should all start doing blind taste tests at your home and test how well you can taste the difference between different whiskeys. So, but this week we're just doing the Cask strength, 12 year, and I haven't had as much of this as I thought. We're only down to that far, which is a good sign because now that means I have a lot of research I can do. Mm-hmm. So,
and if I recall, so the regular 12 year, I think we all felt it was a little on the weak side.
Yes.
So a little light, a little weak. It's only the regular is only 80 proof. This one brings it up to 109. Redbreast themselves say you're supposed to dilute this a little bit, is the proper way to drink it. But we, on the show, tend to drink everything straight so that we have a consistent review of everything. So we're not going to do that today. Maybe if you buy this, you'll do that at home. But
buy an eyedropper to make sure it's the proper amount. It's got to be this little eyedropper is all they recommend.
And no chlorine.
Yeah, make sure it's distilled water. So get a Brita so it's at least filtered, if not distilled water. There are rules, and we follow some of the rules of whiskey. But
what rules? We didn't see any rules, did we, Charlie?
Anybody that knows me knows that there's two things that I really suck at. One of them is biting my tongue. Hey, coworkers. And the other one is following rules. Hey, supervisors. So I don't know, the whole eyedropper thing of water, the whole eyedropper water thing, that just seems to be too much work. So I don't ever do the eyedropper of water. I just don't. Maybe someday we'll do a blind taste test of which one had the eyedropper of water and which one didn't.
Whenever it calls for water in these, I tend to think that just means on the rocks and let it melt a little.
Which they always say is bad because, the temperature actually does things to the whiskey as well. So, it's... none of us follow those rules very closely. We just... I guess we're a little too casual about this. So, we're wannabe whiskey snobs. But, so it's time to taste do the official taste of Redbreast Irish whiskey, 12-year cask strength, 109.2 proof. Or is it 102.9?
You had it right the first time.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Never mind. Yeah, 109.2. So, Dark Helmet, do your thing.
Ludicrous speed!
Jeff, what's your thoughts?
I like the flavor. It's definitely gonna punch you in the face. Yeah, if you like your tongue going numb, don't bother diluting it. As with the 12-year standard pot still one, it's not like the flavor's there, but it still feels pretty mellowed out, which is kind of nice in a cask strength. It's not so it's a well done cask strength. I've had higher proof ones that weren't quite as good, so I'm a fan. But yeah, I think on the rocks or with some dash of water would make it, as they intended.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if I've ever had any other Irish cask strengths. I think this might be the only one. I've had some bourbon cask strengths that were really phenomenal. And some of them are from distilleries that kind of, if they haven't completely went out of business, they've hit some tough times. They maybe have been resold. I'm trying to think, is it Homeland or Home something or other that we reviewed a few episodes ago that I did myself? It was non-chill filtered, just absolutely phenomenal. A lot of those fatty acids were still in there, so there's a lot of depth to it, and it was really great. But I think you might have a hard time finding it because I think the distillery went under.
Yeah.
Whereas Redbreast definitely is still alive and well. And I think you've heard rumors of like a 30-year proof or something.
25-year.
Is it 25? Because I've already seen the 25 out, but yeah.
No.
So
pretty sure that
yeah.
So there's
okay.
But
The cheapest I found it for was $2,000. So yeah, do those blind taste tests first so you know whether or not you'll know the difference. This one warning I want to say is a lot of whiskeys are really great for laying back in bed and kind of watching some Netflix and trying. You want to sit up to drink this because if you swallow this wrong, it's gonna suck. So this is some with great power comes great responsibility. Drink this very responsibly, very carefully. Really good after dinner whiskey.
I'd say this one would make like a good dessert.
Yes.
Whiskey.
Yeah.
Especially if you have something to like. This would be great with like pie a la mode.
Yeah.
So then you can have a bite of your pie and then a sip of your whiskey and.
Yep. And or just by itself at dessert. Anyways, yeah, it's highly recommended. You should try it. But with all the Redbreast, go through all the different episodes. Start from the beginning of the series and try them yourselves. Do a blind taste test, and try them all. Redbreast is a great brand. We highly recommend them. We're fans. Any final thoughts?
Definitely sip this one.
Definitely sip this one.
Yeah.
Always sip, never slam. See you next week for another episode of Nerds Drink Whiskey.